Just how many ways are there to research where you want to live in Fairfax County? One of the tools you're probably using is a video like this one, right? Like you came across it through the internet, maybe you searched for it through the Google machine, or you're using different websites. One of the most popular websites is niche.com. Now I'm a big fan of Niche because Niche does a lot of research and it makes it easier to access information that otherwise would be challenging to get. There's even this cool list that they put together of the best places to live in Fairfax County. So in this video, we're going to actually explore those top 3 areas. And actually, the top 3 places are all in the same cluster. So we're going to look at that section of the county and see what it has to offer. One of the things that Niche doesn't do is it doesn't provide you any video tours, some photos, also just like a sneak peek of what's around that particular area. That's what we're gonna do in this video. I have a couple of driving tours for you. I have a couple of photos that I took for you. And we're just gonna talk about the overall area in more detail than Niche did in its article. Be sure to watch until the end of this video because I'm gonna talk about one of the locations that Niche decided to add to his list that you may not add to your list, right? So you wanna be careful about how you use these different websites, and we're gonna get into how Niche makes their decision, what criteria they use, just so you can make the best decision. Let's start the show. Hi, my name is Abraham Walker. I'm your favorite Northern Virginia YouTube real estate agent. On this channel, we're like your real estate research assistant. We're helping you gather the data and also make sense of all this information that's available when you're deciding where you want to live. If you're thinking about relocating anywhere in the Northern Virginia area, there is a link in the description to my perfect home questionnaire. Fill out that form and we'll schedule a time to meet online. If you want immediate assistance, you can use my phone or my email address, which will be right here on the screen. We get so many calls, text messages, and emails about moving to the Northern Virginia area. Feel free to reach out whenever you get a chance. Now, enough about me. What is the best rated place to live in Fairfax County? When niche.com did its research and it put together this list of the best places to live in Fairfax County, they used 2 factors to come up with the best rated places for their list: median income and public school grades. Now, I'm not quite sure why they didn't add commute times to this list as well, because if you move into this area, commute is also going to play a major role in what part of the county you live in. As I alluded to at the beginning of this video, 3 of the top 10 places are all located in the same area. That area is Herndon. Because the top 3 places are all located inside of Herndon, we could assume that Herndon is the best place to live in Fairfax County. Herndon is located about 24 miles from DC and the Pentagon. Herndon is a part of the Dulles Tech Corridor, and it's only about 15 minutes from Tyson's Corner. I mean, this place is a commuter's dream if you are working in the central part of the Fairfax County area or the western part, or even in Loudoun. Now that you have a better understanding of the greater Herndon area, let's talk about the 3 communities that made niche.com's list. The first neighborhood we have on our list is Flores. It's a relatively small subdivision with about 8,000 residents. I know some of you that are coming from a small town are like, 8,000 people? That's a lot of people. But for Northern Virginia standards, it's a small neighborhood. Flores is located about 29 miles northwest of DC and the Pentagon. One of the things I liked about Flores when I was driving around the area is the size of the houses, and also I feel like the single family homes have a decent sized lot. In addition to the size of the home, size of the lot, you can get one of these single families for only $675,000 based on the last 12 months of sales. That's really not bad when you consider that I live in Kingstown and we're selling some of these townhouses for $670,000. Now, if your budget permits, Flores also has some larger homes that go all the way up to about $1 million. There's also a small collection of townhouses and condos that start in the $400,000 price range. Despite having single families, townhouses, and condos in this particular neighborhood, single family homes represented the majority of all the transactions. Now, when it comes to the median income, Flores residents make almost 4 times the national average. If you want more information about the cost of living in Fairfax County or pros and cons of living in Fairfax County, there is a playlist that I put together called Moving to Fairfax County. Just click the link right above the house to go to that playlist. When it comes to schools that service the Flores residents, niche.com gives those schools an A+ rating. The individual schools that serve the area are Flores Elementary, Carlson Middle, Westfield High, and South Lakes High. Flores Elementary is a mid to large size school with approximately 775 students. It has an A rating on Niche and 7 out of 10 for greatschools.net. Another thing that's cool about the Flores Elementary School is that it's one of the few dozen elementary schools that offer foreign language. My kids went to Lane Elementary School and I wish they would have had foreign language courses. The middle school for the area, Carlson Middle, also has a 7 out of 10 on Great Schools and an A overall rating on niche.com. 2 high schools serve the area with the majority of the homes going to Westfield High and the rest being assigned to South Lakes. What's kind of interesting about these rating system is that Niche rates the school as an A, right? It gives it an A. But Great Schools rates both schools either 3 or 4 out of 10. Who's right in this scenario? I don't know. US News rates them as the 14th and 18th best high schools in Fairfax County, which is almost right in the middle when you consider that the county has 30 public high schools. One note about schools, and remember this anytime we talk about schools, either on this video or future videos, you have to check the boundaries, right? So Fairfax County has a cool little system. You type the address of the property in and it will tell you what school that property is assigned to. Do not, I repeat, do not just go off of what you see in the MLS. Do your due diligence, go to the Fairfax County website, plug in the address, and voila, in seconds, you'll have your answer. I'm gonna post a link in the description to this little resource. Use it all the time. All the time. So now we're at the second highest rated place on niche.com's list, and that is Franklin Farm. Now I live in Kingstown, you know I live in Kingstown, we love living in Kingstown, but if I lived anywhere else, it would be in Franklin Farm. There's a number of reasons why I would live in Franklin Farm myself. The first reason is they have a lot of walking paths. I'm an outdoorsy city boy type of person, right? So I like these concrete walking paths that make me seem like I'm in nature, but I'm really not. Second, they have a pond, right? So you could pretend like you're fishing or just go skip rocks. I could take the boys there. I could take myself there. It's a cool little setting. Third, there's a lot of green space. I just love areas that have a lot of green space. That's manicured, that's taken care of by the HOA, because that means that it's going to look nice all year around. That's what we have in Kingstown. That's what Franklin Farm has. The fourth reason I like Franklin Farm is they have a nice HOA package. Not only do you have a swimming pool, you have tennis courts, you have basketball courts, you got everything, right? You got a gym. I mean, I'm the type of person who I don't want to pay for things. So if that stuff could be included in my HOA fees and it's a relatively inexpensive cost, hey, I'm in heaven. Just like Flores, Franklin Farm also has a relatively short commute to Tyson's Corner. You're still 20 or so plus miles from DC or the Pentagon. You're down the street from Dulles. I would say that people who live in Franklin Farm are usually going to be individuals who work in the northwestern part of the county. And since I sell real estate, I could live anywhere. Franklin Farm also made our best suburbs in Fairfax County list. You can watch that video by clicking the link above the light. The median sales price of Franklin Farm is about $619,000, while the median income is $176,000. Franklin Farm is almost twice the size of Flores with 18,000 residents. Another thing I didn't mention about Franklin Farm is there's even this little village center that has like little shops and stuff that's right down the street from the community. I love living in a walkable community, and the fact that they have these amenities right down the street is a plus. When it comes to schools, niche.com gives the schools that service Franklin Farm an A+ overall rating. Since this is a larger area, there are a number of schools that service the Franklin Farm community. We have Oak Hill, Crossfield Elementary, Carlson Middle, and Franklin Middle, along with Oakton High and Chantilly High, all serve homes in this community. Both of the elementary schools that service the Franklin Farm community have ratings for Great School that are over 7. Again, I already said this, if I didn't live in Kingstown, I would live in Franklin Farm. They also have top rated high schools. Just imagine you could start your kids in kindergarten and then they would have the same friends and the same community all the way until they graduate and go off to college. How cool is that? The high schools are ranked 8 and 9 on US News. Okay, so we're at the last location on our list, and it's Dransville in Herndon. Now, if you remember from the beginning of this video, I saved this location last because I think it's a little controversial. Now, Dransville is located in the same Herndon area, right? But it's in like the northern part of Herndon. So it's gonna be a little bit further away from Tyson's Corner, a little bit further away from the Pentagon and the White House, but it's all relatively the same numbers, right? The same figures. So we don't need to really talk about the commute. What we do want to talk about is that the schools have low ratings. With schools that have low ratings, how did niche.com choose this location for the number 3 spot? Now, if you live in Dransville, I'm not saying anything negative about your location. I'm just saying that a lot of people use this service for research. And so if you just click on the list, don't dig into the data, you may put your kids in a school that you didn't want to, right? You may put them in an overall pyramid that really doesn't meet your goal. So you have to do your research, even when you're looking at these lists, right? Okay, I digress. Let's talk a little bit more about Dransville and then end this video. Dransville is a little smaller than Franklin Farm with a population of 11,500 people. The median income is $177,000 and the median sales price for 2020 was $580,000. So you know what, I think that's a good place to end this video. What do you think? I mean, here you have this neighborhood that's located pretty close to these other top rated communities with top schools. It still made the list. Do you think that they added this location just because of proximity? What other factors do you think go into making a best rated list? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about this conversation down below in the comment section. And please refrain from talking negatively about any of these communities because people have spent a lot of money to live in these locations, right? Everyone doesn't have the same value system. Everyone doesn't have the same benchmarks for success, right? Everyone chooses to live where they live for a reason. Heck, I live in Kingstown and our schools aren't top rated. They don't make any list, but my family really enjoys the community, right? So different strokes for different folks. Love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. If you're relocating to the Northern Virginia area, there is a perfect home questionnaire in the description. Click on the link and then we'll schedule a time for a Zoom session. If you need immediate assistance, there will be a magic phone number and email address that pops up right there. You can call me, text me, or email me. I'll be sure to answer. I'm the person who answers. And that's it. That's it for this show. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any video ideas for us, post it down below in the comment section. We always like to hear feedback from our viewers, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.